There is no shortage of Spanish being shouted from the field at the New England Revolution practice facility in Foxborough. This team is filled with proud Hispanic and Latino players, some of whom were kind enough to join me on the pitch for a little football listen.
Esto. Tú eres zurdo, ¿no? Con esto. Intenta poner esto ahí.
Captain Carles Gil and his brother Nacho, joined by Damian Rivera, all midfielders, and me, of course, a golfer.
Ay.
Buena. Buena.
When you hear soccer, the word soccer, does that hurt you a little bit?
I'm trying to put in my language soccer, but for me will be always football also.
Carles grew up in Valencia, Spain, where he joined his first league when he was just 5, playing for a number of teams throughout Europe until he made a major move to play soccer in the United States in 2019.
When I came here, MLS 5 years ago was a league that not many person in Spain knows. So it was a difficult decision, but now after 5 years, it's maybe my best decision.
Damian Rivera's route to the Revs was a much different one.
When I was around 12 years old, I came here to the Revs Academy.
After developing his skills there for 3 seasons, the Cranston, Rhode Island native signed a homegrown contract in 2019, a proud moment for him and his parents.
When I was little, I always, told them I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Great pass, Rivera, left-footed drop. Oh my word! His first start, his first MLS goal!
In 2022, Damian became just the 3rd player in MLS history to score in the first minute of his first career start.
Working, doing something you love every day, and getting paid for it, it's really nice.
His passion for the sport paid off on the international level as well, earning him a spot on Costa Rica's under-23 national team.
Everybody on the team, was very welcoming. Spanish is not my first language, but I picked up a lot when I was there.
Damian is of both Guatemalan and Costa Rican descent.
My mom has family there. I love the country, the culture, and especially the food.
Could you have imagined when you were a kid becoming a professional soccer player?
It was mostly like a dream, like if it happened, yeah. But I know when I came here, I had the opportunity.
Without preparation, opportunity can wind up wasted, whether it's on the professional level or amateur.
Amanda arrived and she's like, hey, why don't we just practice together? I'm like, finally, somebody that asked me the question that I wanted.
Alejandro Castro is a nuclear engineer working in robotics.
I've been dancing as long as I can remember. I started when I was 2.
Amanda Rodrigue is a researcher at Boston Children's Hospital, focusing on using genetics and neuroimaging to look at biomarkers of psychosis.
Our mission is to bring the Cuban dance, music, and culture into the Boston scene.
And together, they are the Boston Casineros.
The dance is called casino, so people who dance casino are called casineros or casineras.
The casino is a dance that was born in Cuba. The nightclubs back in the day in Cuba in the 50s were called casinos.
Both transplants, they moved to Boston for work. Alejandro is from Argentina. Amanda grew up in New Orleans. The pair met up at a social dancing class at MIT.
I really love the music. It's very rhythmically complex.
There is a lot of body movement, there's a lot of expression.
They practice together, teach others, and compete in 3 styles of dance: casino, rumba, and rueda de casino.
Which is casino partner work done in a circle called the wheel or rueda. And there's usually a caller, and the caller will call the moves, and then everyone will execute the same move at the same time.
Sanchita Dasgupta has been dancing with the Boston Casineros since 2019.
The whole idea behind the rueda is that it's a community dance, so you have to take everybody with you when you're dancing. If one couple fails, the whole circle fails, and that's what I really love about it.
Everyone here considers themselves a student with a true dedication to dance and the culture they're representing.
The fact that we are not of Cuban descent, we take that very seriously. So whenever we teach, we always try to educate people about the moves and where they come from, what their purpose is.
Having the sort of artsy part of it that allows me to express myself is great.
There's a certain feeling or joyfulness that I get from dance that I don't get from anywhere in my life, regardless of how much I do enjoy my work.
They look great, and both Amanda and Alejandro have dreams to travel to Cuba someday, possibly in the spring with a friend and fellow dance instructor. Back to the Revs. They have a game tomorrow night in Foxborough. The team is currently ranked third place in the Eastern Conference with 4 games left in the regular season. Up next, a feast for the eyes and the stomach.